Good morning. I'm Salome. Today is Saturday where most of the parents we are at home with our children. Last Saturday we discussed about accountability. And today we are just going to talk briefly about parenting. And with this parenting, we are going to see or discuss just few principles of good parenting. I know all of us, we have our own way of parenting, and at times our children are not the way we want them to behave or to stay. So briefly, before I talk about these principles, I just want to talk about listening. As a parent, there is some skill it is good we develop, a skill of listening. When our children talk, let us give our ears. Let us listen to them. Whatever they are saying, let them say. From A to Z, let us not disrupt them. Because sometimes there are some messages they are passing to us. Some are youth, some are young children, some have their own issues, but it is only by listening and that particular child knowing that you are really giving him or her active listening, he will be happy and he will not be depressed or stressed in any issues he or she has. Therefore, let us always be listening to our children. Now, at this time of COVID-19 lockdown, we have stayed with our children for so many months. We are happy that we are learning them. They are learning us. We are happy and we appreciate that at least at the end of this lockdown, we'll have progressed so well as a family. The first principle of good parenting is what you do matters as a parent. What you do matters. Our children are very observative, and even from very tender age, they are observative. They learn from us. They learn our characters. They learn the way we do things. And the way we do things will influence their lives. If a child sees a mother is a prayer woman, a father is a prayer man, a praying family, that child is going to develop that culture of praying, reading the Bible, because he is emulating the parent. She or he emulates a good character. If you are a mother who is always gossiping with the neighbors, you go to the neighbors, you talk openly when their children are listening, talk about so and so, talk about so and so, that child is going to know. You'll just see her imitating, talking about others, because as she grows up, sometimes when you see the children playing, you'll see a child will just start and behave in a funny way, imitating what our parents are doing. That is one principle of good parenting, is by ensuring that what we do will influence our children. 2, another principle, let us not be too much loving. If your child knows you are loving her so much or him so much, sometimes it has an impact, because that particular child, if you Love so much. You lavish with everything. Whatever that child demands, you provide. Whatever she wants, you'll provide. And you call her names. Even when he or she is wrong. Mommy, oh, auntie, don't do this. Oh, I love you. And you see the child is just doing wrong things. You are not disciplining at all time. You are not showing anything, but you are just saying. Some parents, when you ask, you say, oh, huyu mtoto amenishinda. But how? This is your child and you cannot give up. They can always change. Those children just need persistence. Show them love in the right way, but not too much. That they know you love her and there is nothing she can demand and you'll refuse. If it has reached that point, that particular child, we say it's a spoiled child because she will just demand anything. And because she knows you love her so much, you lavish her with anything she demands. That child is going to be a problem to you. Another one or another principles is, let us as a parent, we involve ourselves with our children's life. Let us be with them. Let us do things together. Let us work together in the house, cooking together, reading together, singing together, playing together, making stories with them. If they are involved in everyday life with their parents, they'll feel good and they'll feel responsible and they'll feel their parents are just part of them and they are not different. They are the children, but their parents like what they do. Okay, another principle is adapting your parenting to fit your children. Sometimes we do things contrary or opposite. Let us just stay as parents. Be like a family. Let us not be different. We stay together, we talk together, we do things together, and also we have to be considerate. These are children. The way you are thinking, the way you are reasoning as a parent is not the way your child can reason. They are still young, they are still growing, they are still developing. So let us always come down to their level and try to understand them and fit them. And then as another principles of parenting is establishing rules. A family without rules is just a big issue. Without rules, children will just make their own timetable and do their own things. And you'll find that as a mother, you'll be doing everything for those children. You'll be cooking for them, washing clothes for them. Children go out to their neighbors, their friends, to football, to places, because there are no rules. So that principle of exactly setting rules in that particular house. What are these rules? There are rules like this: when they wake up in the morning, you can make a rule in the house. They have to do cleaning, cook in the morning. Every child should have an activity or a role. When they wake up, they know what to do exactly. Not to wake up, sit down at the doorstep. Others just put on TVs. Others go to their phones. Others just loiter around because there are no rules. There are no roles given by the parents. As they go out, they don't come early. Others come late. Others come early because there are no rules. There should be rules. Everybody should be home by such a particular time. There are rules of time for prayer. Everybody should know by 8:30 or 9. Everybody should be has finished his own roles. We sit down, we read the Bible, we go to do our other things. At least this is something we as the children will know as a routine, and it will really help them when they are grown-ups to start now doing being parents. Another one is also another rule is accountability. We have to set as parents to our children that at the end of the every day, everyone should be able to account the way he or she has spent the day. Like this time of COVID, we go out going for our jobs, going for our business. We leave our children at home. Do we know what they are doing? If there are no rules in that particular house, somebody will just go and come back. But if there are rules, they know at the end of the day, Mama, Baba will ask me, since 8 in the morning, what have you done? In terms of assisting the parents, in terms of Bible study, in terms of praying, in terms of doing community work, if there is any, in terms of watching the TV and playing. Is that particular child going to account? If there are no rules in that particular time, every child will just go, comes at his own time, plays throughout without limiting any time because of no rules. Other rules are also accountability. You can give children some activities, and they'll also account how they have done it at the end of the day. Because if you don't ask them, they'll just know, it is usual. Our parents, they are okay. They'll not ask us how we have spent our days. Another principle is foster your children independence. Let us help our children to be independent. Yesterday, we were talking about even doing some small business for the big ones, and they'll be independent financially at that early age, not depending on us in everything. Independence by even giving them roles, some money to budget or to purchase things or food for the house. By so doing, those children will know how even to stand on their own, even if you are not there. They'll be independent, they are able to look after the other siblings, and they are able to take care of their home while you are away. And also these children, when they are independent, we also give them chance. Sometimes parents, we become so overprotective that we cannot even allow our children to go out there to visit other children, to visit other relatives. We are always with them. Means they cannot be independent. We teach them small by small by just observing them and guiding them so that they become independent, because this is the world. Anything can happen. Are these children going to stand on their own feet and manage that house without parents? So let us always mold them to take care of everything in the family. Another one principle is be persistent. Keep your words. Follow up. By this one, I mean when there are the rules which we have given the family, the children in the family. When we say everybody should be home by 6, do you follow it up? Or somebody might come even at 10 and you don't ask. Today he comes, tomorrow he comes another time, but you don't ask. So there is no follow-up, there is no persistence. So they'll not keep your words. And also when we promise our children, whatever we promise our children, let us also keep our words so that they develop confidence in us. When you tell a child, if you don't do this, I'll discipline. He does it, you don't discipline. It means you are not keeping your words, and that child will know your weakness. Children are very clever. They know us. They know Mama is very, very arrogant. Mama is very humble. Mama cannot beat me. Mama is nimpole. So let us be persistent so that our children will understand us, know us. They know mama akisema amesema. And now they'll be disciplined. And then the last but not the least, which is very, very important at this particular time and at this era of 21st century with our children. Avoid harsh discipline. Some of us are so much harsh when it comes to discipline. Let us correct our children with love. For the youth, the discipline we can offer to youth is just counseling, sitting with them, discussing over issues, encouraging them, than just throwing harsh words, abusing them with very big abusive words. They are not like during our time, they cannot stand. Some of them will not stand. I remember there is a girl of 17 years just 3 days ago. Because of those harsh abuses, the parents just threw anything to them and they are poor. She just went with the children around the river and she just jumped over the river. And she died. Because of harsh discipline, our words, the way we talk to them when we are annoyed, let us just discipline our children with love, but not harsh. And sometimes when we discipline our children, there are those young ones who cannot even understand why you are beating them. So let us correct them with love. And all these principles of good parenting, all of them we cannot do with our own strength. It is prayer. Our family needs prayers. We need to pray for our children, mention their names, pray for our spouse, pray for our relatives, pray for our neighbors, pray for the age mates. Because when we pray for our children alone, the others which interact every day should also be prayed for, so that as they move together, as they play together, they have one thing in common. So, and also during this type of COVID, our children are just together, playing together. Let us just caution them about the sanitization, social distance, so that we become all of us safe. Thank you and God bless you.